Imagine what it would be like to turn your ideas, experience, and skills into a captivating Facebook live stream. Stephanie Liu is an energetic online marketing strategist, live video trainer, and self-proclaimed 90s beat scholar. And she's here to show you how to go from unknown to unforgettable with Facebook Live. You can learn more about Stephanie at heystephanie.com. All right, put your hands together, guys.
So I know that a bunch of you actually just came back from lunch. You might need a little bit of energy, and I don't know if you realize this just yet, but I'm a big ball of energy. And so I usually like to start things off with a little get you all pumped up. All right, now that you're awake and now that you're here, raise your hand high in the air if you have been learning a lot of stuff today. Yeah, right? Such a great conference. And keep your hands up high if you want more visibility in your business. Yes. Raise your hand up high if you want more profitability in your business. Yes. Love it. Okay, great. See, everyone knows that when you get more leads in your business, you get more opportunities. And when you have more opportunities, you get more business, and you stay in business a lot longer, right? So today I'm actually going to show you how you could go from unknown to unforgettable using Facebook Live. And I love the fact that we're actually here at the Bahia Hotel because it's such a beautiful destination. And I think it's a great metaphor for all of the small business owners or agency folks that are here, because really, in your business, you always want to go to the next destination, right? Well, the thing is that sometimes when you go from point A to point B, it's not always easy, am I right? Sometimes there's things like closures, accidents that really stop you from getting to your destination. But when you have something like a GPS that can guide you from unknown to unforgettable, it makes your journey a hell of a lot smoother. Imagine if you didn't have GPS today. I would be lost. I would be lost and I wouldn't know where to go. So today, the reason why I'm here today is I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the roadmap to success. I'm actually going to go ahead and put you on the fast track from unknown to unforgettable, and I'm going to be your GPS that's going to guide you and get you on the right track. So are you in? Yeah? Let's do this. So this is actually the roadmap to success. So I'm going to take you from A to B, and the reason why I show this to you guys is because when it comes to Facebook Live, a lot of folks that are out there and they're teaching Facebook Live, they want to show you the buttons. They'll say, push this, click, 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 go. It doesn't work that way. After teaching people how to do Facebook Live for so long, there's a lot of barriers that you have to actually break through. So this is a quick high-level overview. And if you guys actually want a copy of this deck, go ahead and do yourself a favor now. Text Hey Stephanie, all one word, to 33444. Sound good? Okay. All right, so this is also another roadmap to success, just for some of you who don't like the visual. This gets you from point A to point B. All right. So anytime you're actually planning an actual destination, the first thing that you want to do is you want to set your desired outcome. And what that really means is that you want to go ahead and set the direction for your viewers. Because if your viewers don't know where you're taking them to, they're not going to be in it for the ride. See, before I came here, I was actually in Henderson, Nevada. Do you guys know where that is? Yes. Do you realize there's not that much reception out there? Okay, listen. So I was trying to get my Uber to go to the airport, and I was watching my Uber guy, and he was on the GPS, and he was just going around in circles and circles. So I was like, where are you going? Where are you going? Come get me. How many of you actually watched a Facebook Live, and you didn't know what the person was actually talking about because they didn't have a desired outcome, right? What happens next is that if they don't know what they're talking about, if they go live again, are you going to listen to them? Probably not. You're just going to thumb through. You're like, you know what, I'm over it. I don't know what you're talking about. So set your desired outcome, and this is how you do it. It's going to be 2 steps. The first one is really deciding what is the purpose of your Facebook Live show. And notice that the keyword is show. I'm not saying that you should go ahead and go live every now and then. I want you to create a habit in getting people to tune in at a specific time so that way they know that you're going to be there to inform, persuade, entertain, and inspire them. The second piece that you want to do in your desired outcome is you want to say, what's the one thing that you want your viewers to do, right? It's funny because, like I said, I've taught this to hundreds of people, and they'll say, look, I want people to go to my website, I want them to like my Facebook page, I want them to join my newsletter, and then I want them to buy. Here's the thing about Facebook Live. As soon as you're right in front of the camera and the light is on, you're gonna get a lot of adrenaline inside of you. You also have to put yourself in the shoes of your audience, because you know what happens? They might be watching you in the grocery line. They might have, some kids that they're watching in the background. If you give them too many directions, what's gonna happen? They're gonna forget, and you're not gonna hit your desired outcome. So get your desired outcome set up. Let your viewers know exactly the direction that you're gonna go ahead and take them. Sound good? Wouldn't you be a lot more happier if from now on, every Facebook Live, you know exactly what people are going to talk about? I'd be happy about that. So having said that, another thing that happens when it comes to going live is that you want to prepare for your trip, right? My husband and I, we do this all the time. We went to Disneyland a couple weeks ago, and we were trying to figure out, well, what do we need in the car and what do we not need in the car, right? When you have a 2-year-old, it kind of freaks you out. It's like, do we bring the iPad? Do we not bring the iPad? Bring the iPad, right? So in terms of preparation, there are things that you absolutely need, and there's things that you absolutely don't need. Because if you bring them with you, it's going to take too much space along your journey. So here's what I want you to leave behind. Leave the extra baggage. And what that necessarily is, those are limiting beliefs. Those are thoughts like, I'm terrified of live video. This is what I tell people. Of course you're terrified of live video. You know why? Because you've never done it before. It's just like when you were learning how to ride a bike for the first time. You were kind of scared a little bit. You really weren't quite sure how the pedals work. You weren't really quite sure how to steer the bar. But once you got a hold of it, once you've kind of figured it out, once you got your balance, you're off. You're taking off and you're enjoying the ride. Am I right? Great. Other things is like, I'm awkward in front of the camera. Again, the first time you ever do something, right now, if I asked you to go ahead and write the alphabet in your less dominant hand, it would feel awkward, right? Yes, so you need to practice. These are all limiting beliefs. That means that you could take these limiting beliefs and you could just throw them out. Actually, can you just do that for me right now? All of those limiting beliefs, throw them out. Do it. Take those limiting beliefs and throw them out, okay? Other things like, I'm afraid of not being perfect in front of the camera. How many of you like the person that's always perfect 100% of the time? No. That's kind of like watching the movie Stepford Wives. Who's watched Stepford Wives? It's freaky. You don't like that. Be yourself, right? Be yourself and people will be naturally engaged. So leave all of that extra baggage behind. Here's what happens. When you leave that extra baggage behind, you know what happens in your car? It gives you enough room for all of your ideas. It gives you all of this room for opportunities that you could take with you in your journey to unforgettable. So here is the fuel to get to where you need to be. Denise, write this down. Okay, so if you actually have a piece of paper right now, fold it in half. Okay? Or if you're on your computer, make a 2x2 column. That's totally cool. On the left-hand side, this is what you're going to do. You're going to write your top 10 frequently asked questions about your business. Do not overthink this. It should only take you about 10 minutes. And if you're still wondering about it, you go on that cruise and you tell people what it is that you do, and they're like, oh, so what does that mean? That's a frequently asked question. Okay? So now you have your top 10 frequently asked questions. On the right-hand side, what you want to go ahead and do is write the top 10 should ask questions. What are the questions they should be asking about your product, your service, or whatever it is that you have to offer? And here's what happens next, Mike. I love everyone that sits in the front row. I'm just like, I'm going to know your name. Here's what happens next. This 10 by 10 formula done in 10 minutes, oof, I like that. You now have 20 ideas of what you could actually talk about on your Facebook Live show. Who loves that? Yeah? That's 20 ideas so far. Now, if you want more ideas, here you go. Here are 10 more ideas. You could go ahead and teach a live class. You could do a product demo. You could host a live Q&A session. How many of you guys actually know Michael O'Neill, the Solopreneur Solo Hour? He does this really cool thing on Fridays where it's called Free Coaching Fridays. Free Coaching Fridays. You just jump on the Facebook Live, ask any entrepreneurial question that you want, and he will answer it live for you. Do you think that that actually builds rapport with his viewers? Absolutely. Other things that you could do is show your process. Maybe you're a real estate agent, right? Maybe you're trying to show the process of buying an actual home. Demystify all of that for them. Show them the actual process. Number 5 is my favorite. You could actually screencast an app if you're using Zoom Webinar or if you're using OBS. One of my students, she actually teaches her viewers how to study the Bible with an app. And so she'll be like talking there and an app will pop up. How amazing is that? That's super cool. So these are the other ideas. You could host a contest, industry breaking news for those of you. Do you feel like there's always something new that's happening in social media? Yes. Right? So you could also talk about insider secrets about X. You could share your wins. How many of you actually share the wins in your business? Not many. I'm actually not quite surprised by that. Some people feel really nervous about sharing their wins, but here's the thing. When you actually share your wins, when you share the testimonials of your students, your clients, your business, what happens is people are like, oh, I didn't know that you do that. Can I talk to you later? That's the amazing part when it comes to Facebook Live. The other great thing is, how many of you guys have ever participated in an email challenge, Instagram challenge, any of that stuff? Anyone? Ah, yes, yes. You could actually make those challenge series into a Facebook group. One of my students chose like, what? One of my students, what she does is she creates a Facebook group for a 10-day Facebook Live challenge, and every day she gives you a new prompt. And this is how you do it. So right now, you already have 30 ideas. Feeling good, right? Easily and effortlessly. So the next step in your journey from unknown to unforgettable is to really captivate your audience. And this is the part where I really, really want you to pay attention. Because if there's anything I've ever learned about talking on stage or doing Facebook Live, it's the fact that there are 4 different learning styles. This is what your audience actually needs. There's the why, what, how, and what if audience, okay? And I'm gonna go through that right now. The why audience, they need explanations. Why should I go to Social Media Day San Diego? Why should I do a Facebook Live? If you don't tell them the why, they're going to tune out automatically. Who's the why people in the room? Who always wants to know why? There you go. Don't be shy, don't be shy. Then you also have the what audience. The what audience wants to know, what is Facebook Live? What is social media? And for that audience, you have to give them a lot of information and data. So if you don't know by now, Facebook users, they watch live video 3 times longer than regular video. On top of that, Facebook users leave 10 times more comments on live video than regular video. Do you know why that is? I just went back to the why audience. Did you see that? The reason for that is because usually when you're doing your Facebook Live, and you call out someone's name, the sweetest sound that anyone could ever hear is the sound of their name. So when you say their actual name, it releases this dopamine in their brain, and they're gonna pay attention to you a heck of a lot longer. Right, Marty? Okay, so how? There's also the how audience. The how audience wants to know step by step, how does this work? If you don't tell them the how, they're not gonna do it. They're like, I need more meat. I need to know step by step. And then you have the what if audience. Actually, let me step back. Who's the how audience? Who always wants to know how? Okay, great. Then there's the what if audience. And the what if audience is like, well, what are the consequences if I do and if I don't do this? Listen, the consequences of you not doing a Facebook Live is that you might actually become the blockbuster of your business. You have to step into a new era to capture your audience's attention. Now, this comes very helpful. Let me show you how you could actually apply this. So anytime you are doing a Facebook Live or you're writing promotional copy, you're always going to jump from why, what, how, what if. So here's the thing. Hey, everyone, my name is Stephanie Liu, and the reason why I'm here today is because I'm going to talk to you about Facebook Live. See, if you don't know what Facebook Live is this wonderful, amazing opportunity for you to actually connect with your audience. Now, you might be wondering how you could actually use Facebook Live. I actually just gave you 30 ideas, right? Now, you're probably wondering, shoot, she went through that slide so fast. What could I do? What do you text? Hey, Stephanie at 33444. It's pretty easy. Why, what, how, what if? All right. Now, there are 3 ways to live stream. This is where my how people? 3 ways how to go on live stream. So there's your mobile, there's computer, and then there's your third-party applications, which are like BeLive, Ecamm, Open Broadcasting Software, and Zoom Webinar. And I'll go ahead and I'll go through this for you guys in just a second. So mobile is directly from your iPad, your iPhone, or your tablet. This is the amazing thing about live streaming on mobile. It's the fact that wherever you are, if you wanted to go ahead and live stream, you absolutely can. You have a phone in your pocket. You have a mini production studio in your pocket. Do you realize that? You could connect with people, and when you go live, notifications go out, your fans get it, your friends, your connections. And how many iOS device users do we have in here? Who has the function where you could actually interview another person? Ah, I'm jealous. I don't have that, and that's crazy, and I've been talking about Facebook Live for over a year now. So if you have an iOS device, what happens is that when you're actually talking and you have a viewer tune in, you can actually bring them into the broadcast, which makes it a lot more interactive and a lot more interesting. Now, the downside of doing mobile is that you can't use a green screen. Not saying that you have to all the time, but it's kind of cool. You can't do any screen sharing, and you can't do a scheduled broadcast. And I'm going to tell you why in a little bit on why doing a scheduled broadcast is super important. Now, in terms of equipment, normally for this, you probably just need like a tripod, an external microphone, natural lighting, stand out there, and you should be good to go. How many of you guys are actually live streaming on mobile right now? Jen, love it. And on Instagram. So you're like you're like an overachiever. I love it. Stage high five. Ah, okay. Now, how many of you guys have actually gone live with the Facebook Live filters? Not many. Did you know that you could actually go live with the filters? It is the best pattern interrupt in the Facebook newsfeed, right? You're scrolling through it, you're looking at articles, maybe politics and all that stuff, and then you see Fox. What's up, Fox? What you trying to talk to me about? It's a nice little pattern interrupt. And it's fun, right? It makes it fun. It makes you stand out from the sea of sameness. And that's what you want to do because everyone is doing the inspirational quote on top of an image. You need to stand out from the crowd. Don't be the blockbuster in your business. Asher, he's from Australia, and the little girl, that's my 2-year-old daughter. If she could be Wonder Woman on Facebook Live, you could be Wonder whatever the heck you want to be. Yeah? All right, so the other way to actually go live is on your desktop, and this is generally done through your Chrome browser. So you could broadcast to your page, your Facebook group, or your personal page. It makes it really dynamic in that sense. But again, you still have those same limitations in terms of your green screen, your screen share, and your scheduled broadcast. At this point, you should be thinking about, is that the type of stuff that I need? Do I need that for my Facebook Live show? And I want you to make that decision now. And because the reason why I want you to think about that now is because sometimes people get really lost in the tech. And when you get lost in the tech, right, your GPS comes back in. Is that really what you need? Or do you just need to get your message out there, right? So these are other third-party platforms. BeLive.tv is one of the most popular platforms that are out there. They used to be free, but now they charge, right? So actually you get 2 20-minute broadcasts a week. And then if you want to do more of that, the packages are $12 a month and up. See, the claim to fame that I think for BeLive.tv was that you could actually do side-by-side interviews. You could even go ahead and show your agenda, and even better, remember how we talked about like you could actually mention your viewer's name? Now, if they actually leave a comment, you could actually have that pop up on the screen. How much dopamine do you think that releases in their brain? Shh, a lot. A lot. Now, Open Broadcaster is another live streaming platform, and it's actually quite my favorite because it gives me the ability to do a scheduled broadcast. It gives me the ability to do a green screen. I could loop in audio. I obviously love music, 90s beat scholar, that's what I said. And it's free. But the thing with that is that there is an actual learning curve to it. But I will tell you, for my how audience, for my what if audience, the people that I've actually taught OBS, the first day is going to be a big, huge learning curve, again, just like riding the bike. The second day, you're like, okay, great, I'm getting the pedals, I got it. The third day, you're going to realize, oh, this is your mind. You're like, whoa, I could do all this. Mind-blowing. And it just takes practice. It just takes a lot of practice. Ecamm Live, how many of you have actually heard of Ecamm Live? Okay. Ecamm Live actually works only for Mac users, so for my PC friends, I do apologize. Ecamm Live, it's $29.99, one-time fee. It will let you do your screen shares. It'll let you share your desktop. It'll let you share your keynote presentations. You could even do your bumper videos, intro videos, all of that great stuff. Again, only for Mac users. But if you want to do Zoom webinar, how many of you actually know how to do Zoom? Okay, Zoom is great as well. If you want to go live into your Facebook group, you start at $54.99 a month. A month. And that's for Zoom webinar. It's different from Zoom meeting. But there's a really cool hack, because I like shortcuts. You could actually get your regular Zoom and then just use Ecamm Live, and you're done. You're good to go. So having said that, let's take a look at the roadblocks. When you're building your actual Facebook Live show, these are a couple of things that you're going to have to take into consideration. First is actually going to be construction. You're going to have to build what your show is going to be. So you're going to do your 10 by 10 formula. You're going to do your bottom third graphic, or whatever it is that you want to be. The other roadblock that you might actually face is the fact that you might not have the internet upload speed, and this is really important. Look up here. If you don't have enough bandwidth in terms of upload speed, you are going to get the whole audio, video, non-sync stuff. And I'm totally looking at the mighty mompreneurs, because she told me that her internet upload speed was like 1. You need at least 8. And in order for you to figure that out, go to speedtest.net. Test that when you're at home. My friend Irma in the back, he was just kind of like, sometimes you need to go talk to your cable service provider, because sometimes they're not giving you all of the internet upload speed. And they should, okay? So take that into consideration. Next is that you really need to go ahead and convince your audience. And I'm going to have to blow through this real quick, because Brittany just gave me the 10-minute mark. So again, if you want this, text Hey Stephanie 33444. So don't mind this right now. Just pay attention and look up here. If there's anything that you leave with today, the first thing that you wanted to do is create a Facebook event for your Facebook Live. Create a Facebook event for your Facebook Live. The reason for that is because you're going to do your why, what, how, what if formula in that Facebook event. You're going to have a specific topic. You're going to invite prospects, clients, maybe friends that might actually be interested in watching your Facebook Live. The day before your event, you're going to drop that scheduled broadcast link in there. Every time you update that Facebook event with a comment, they're going to get another notification that you're actually going to go live. See, one of the things that people get so afraid of when it comes to going live on Facebook is, what if no one's there? You have to set up the proper promotional plan, right? So if anything, take that away from the before, right? That's what you do before you go live. Create an actual scheduled broadcast. Create a Facebook event as well. Now, during the broadcast, make sure that you welcome your viewers. Don't be afraid to ask for some likes, tags, tag your friend if you know anyone that's going to be interested about social media, and share it, because that's how you're going to get more of that reach. Now, after your Facebook Live, I know I'm kind of speeding up, right? After your Facebook Live, you definitely want to go ahead and add in some captions. You could go to rev.com, it's $1 per minute, or you could actually go to fiverr.com and get away with it that way. How many of you actually, when you watch videos, you only read the captions? Yes. So that's definitely something that you want to do. Usually when I have a Facebook Live, it's about an hour and a half. For sure, I'm going to go ahead and put captions in there, okay? Now, let me show you how you can actually convert your audience before, during, and after. So, do I have a lot of single people in here? Single people, represent. Okay. One of my students, she's a captivator. She is the love oracle. Let me tell you how she builds her email list. She sends out a survey or an application, and she says, if you have questions about your love life, go ahead and submit them. And on Friday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will do tarot cards, and I'll tell you about your love life. How interesting is that? Now, if she actually does your love oracle, and you're single, and you got single girlfriends, are you going to tell them about it too? Yes. So that's how she builds her email list, and she does it with Zoom Webinar. Now I have another captivator, and I call them captivator because my course is actually called Captivate, Convince, and Convert. She uses OBS. She launched on June 13th, and as I said before, she uses OBS, and she uses the screencast. She shows you her favorite app, which I think is really cool and dynamic. She uses a green screen, so if she wants to show you her blog, she'll just throw it up behind you. How cool is that? Very different from what everyone else is doing. Again, you want to get out of that sea of sameness. You want to stand out from the crowd, okay? The other great thing that she does is that she uses bots. So she says, if you can't watch this right now, go ahead and leave the comment, type in subscribe, and I'll let you know the next time that I go live. Do you know what her open rate is on those messenger chats? 100%. And it's funny because it's kind of skewed because when you look at your phone and you see a little notification, you're tempted to check it, right? What do? You can't ignore that. You could avoid clicking it, but you're going to open it. Now, the other captivator that I have is Chef Claudia Sandoval. Any of you guys actually watch MasterChef? Yeah, Latina on fire. She's my homegirl. She won MasterChef, and she had this partnership with T-Mobile. And they wanted her to go ahead and broadcast how she makes her famous tres leches cake that made Chef Gordon Ramsay go, damn, right? And so I was like, yeah, girl, I'll help you out. And all I had at that time was my iPhone 6. And I was like, wait. You're going to bake a cake? How long does that take? An hour and a half. I was going to hold the phone for an hour and a half. So get a tripod. Get a tripod. It really helps. So we did this for her, and you know what really happened? And this is why you don't really need fancy tech. Just with our iPhone 6, she got 178,000 downloads of her book in 24 hours. What type of engagement is that? That's insane. We had this guy who was in Vietnam. He's like, I was doing my math homework, and then I saw you. I was like, dang, that's so cool. She's actually the catalyst, the reason why I wanted to do Facebook Live. I was like, if that's what you could do with just your mobile device, imagine what you could do with BeLive. Imagine what you could do with Zoom Webinar. Everything that you could do to really take your business from unknown to unforgettable. Listen, you guys, you already have 30 ideas of what you could do for your Facebook Live show. And did I tell you that one of my captivators, she was doing her homework and she said, Steph, I could actually turn this into seasons. Season 1 is going to be about this. Season 2 is going to be about this. She had her whole entire roadmap. How amazing is that? Yeah, right? I see you. Nod your head. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So if you are actually interested in launching your Facebook Live show, Community San Diego, which is back there, he's one of the sponsors, Jacob, he's amazing. This is what he's actually going to do for you guys. Who likes freebies? Yes? Oh, that was so weak. Go. Yeah, seriously. So this is what he's giving away. So it's a 1-minute promotional video, including post-production editing. Do you think in that 1 minute you could do your why, what, how, and what if about what your show is going to be about? Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you want to win that, it's a $150 prize. Just go ahead and text, hey, Stephanie and Community SD, and tell us what the name of your show is going to be. And that's going to be a little micro commitment in terms of, yes, I'm going to launch my show. Good? So we actually have 2 minutes at this point. Now, if you have any questions about Facebook Live, Brittany, is this okay? If you have any questions about Facebook Live, please feel free to ask right now.
Is it better to do it on your personal page or your business page?
Yes, okay. So the question was, is it better to do it on your business page or your personal page? The thing with your personal page is that if you go live on your personal page, your connections on there will be notified, right? You're also losing the ability to take advantage of the business page where you could actually take advantage of Facebook advertising. See, one of the things that I like to do is that with Facebook advertising is that I could create a custom audience of every single person that has ever watched my Facebook Live. Do you think I could go ahead and retarget them later? Yes, absolutely. Even on your business page, you could have a featured video. You don't have that on your personal page. On your business page, you could even go ahead and create a featured playlist. You could separate out by topic. It could be about Instagram. It could be about Facebook. It could be about Pinterest. It's organized in that fashion. So is it better is really kind of subjective. You could do it on your personal page, or you could take advantage of what your business page has to offer. And thank you for that question. I get that all the time. FAQs. We had one up here.
I can speak up. So when you say hi, like hi to everybody on your Facebook Live video, when you go like, hi James, hi, I see you Mary, hi, 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 are you concerned about that replay when they open it the second time, they're gonna see you say hi to everybody, or are you just assuming that they're gonna fast forward past that?
Generally, it becomes a habit where they fast forward the hi parts. Even when you're sending out an email and say, hey, my Facebook Live just went up, just go ahead and skip over to like the 2-minute mark where we get into things. But generally, I try not to distract myself by saying hi to every single person. I can mentally kind of know who I've said hi to and who I still need to. And so I might space it out just a little bit. Yeah. Cool. Oh, that came out of nowhere. That was a blind spot. Huh?
Hi, yes. So when you say to drop the link in the Facebook event page for the live video, so software or apps,
Yeah.
be able to do that. That is the only way.
That is the only way. So you could get that through BeLive, but you could do something kind of cool where you just say like, "Hey, head over to my Facebook page," and it'll be the pinned post. It'll be the pinned post at the very top. Oh, and one thing I didn't have time to tell you guys, but I'm totally going to push it, Brittany, is that when you actually schedule your broadcast, make your comment the first comment, because you want to say, if you have any questions about Facebook Live, post it now. That way I could go ahead and address it onto the show. Because what happens if someone sees that, oh, somebody already left a comment, I could leave a question too. Stephanie's going to go ahead and answer it. It becomes this chain reaction, because once you see someone else do it, someone else is going to go ahead and do it as well. So thank you. Good? Are we good on time? All right. Well, thank you all so much. Go ahead and if you want to launch your show, tweet me. Thanks, guys.
All right, let's give it up for Stephanie.